What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kinetic615 back for another episode of the series. This series, for those just tuning in, is a slow sim dynasty. The past few months have been introduced and found a love of the slow sim dynasty online league community, and wanted to start a streaming series that does the same thing. So we don't play the games, we build the team, we set the schemes, we develop the players, and then we let them run. We let them play out. We actually see if we can build a championship team, that we're not just winning a championship because we can outplay the CPU AI logic. So that's what we're doing here. Real quick, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Follow me on Kinetic615 and Kinetic615 Plays. You can find me on all social media at Kinetic615. Alright, so we did bring back Connor Stallions as the head coach of Michigan Wolverines. After the first year, we picked up former Minnesota head coach PJ Fleck as the offensive coordinator, and former Auburn defensive coordinator Connor Walker as our defensive coordinator. We are in the second season of the Dynasty, 2026 season. We'll take a quick look at the roster for those that have not caught the other episodes. I'm just going to go through this a little bit quicker. On earlier episodes, I kind of went in detail about how we got to where we are. But we have one of the best quarterback rooms in the country, with Bryce Underwood, Jaren Kiawe Sagapolitele, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but CJ Carr and Bryce Baker. At running back, we got Hollywood Smothers, Jordan Marshall, Micah Kaapana. John Volker moved to fullback. Wide receiver, Andrew Marsh, Nick McMillan, Samaj Morgan, Kendrick Bell, Fred Moore, Amarian Stewart. Tight ends, Dorian Fleming, converted wide receiver Jamar Browder, Brady Priestcorn, Hogan Hansen, Eli Owens, and Zach Marshall. Left tackle, Blake Frazier and Andrew Babalola. Left guards, converted tackles, are Ty Haywood and Brady Norton. Center is converted tackle Evan Link and Luke Hamilton, along with Lawrence Tatar and Caden Strayhorn. Right guard, Nathan Afobe, Avery Gash. Right tackle, Andrew Sprague and Jake Guarnera. On the defensive line, we've got transfer Marquise Lightfoot, Devin Baxter, Nate Marshall. On the right side, we got Samuel Okunlola, Lugard Edekpaye. Defensive interior, Trey Pierce, Travis Moten, and then a few of our edges from last year that are excelled at run stopping. We moved inside in Cam Brandt, Eno Etta, Ted Hammond, and Dom Nichols. Linebacker, we moved Brandon Hillman down from safety to Sam linebacker, along with Chase Taylor. Middle linebacker, or Mike linebacker, Kyle Lewis came in, transferred from Pitt. Troy Bowles, Jacob Oden, a converted safety, and Zach Ludwig. Will linebacker, Cole Sullivan, Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng. Cornerbacks, all returns from last year. Jair Hill, Josiah Edmond, Shamari Earls, Jaden Sanders, Mason Curtis, Tevis Metcalf, along with a pair of 5-star corners from our Season 1 recruiting class. Free safety, Ohio State transfer Jalen McClain, Xander Grant. Strong safety, the return of Keon Sabb from Alabama, TJ Metcalf, and Jordan Young. True freshman kicker Otis Beck, and redshirt junior punter Brett Sykes. Quick note, I did have what I believe is to be my best, the best year 1 recruiting class that I've ever had in CFB26 with this series, so that worked out well. I just want to double check something after last game. I just want to make sure that my auto subs are set, and looks like they are. Alright, yeah, auto subs. Alright. Quick look at the year so far. Started off great and had a big time letdown in the last game. So started off with a 65-0 shutout against Western Michigan, then a 41-23 against visiting top 10 Oklahoma Sooners, and then a 45-6 win at home against UTEP. Following a bye week, we had a top 5 matchup where we were ranked number 2. Indiana was ranked number 5, and we actually led at halftime, but then had a complete collapse on the defensive side of the ball in the second half to lose that game by a touchdown, 34-27 to Indiana. Now we're going to try to rebound with hosting the Iowa Hawkeyes at home. We're going to try to rebound from the loss and see what we can do there, if we can reinvigorate this team. We are currently ranked number 6 following the loss. Nationally, we're not even in the graphic for Big Ten because we've lost our only conference game so far. Did we have players of the week? I doubt it from that game, but we'll look. We did not. And I doubt we have any Heisman hype. Let's jump into the recruiting board real quick. Let's take stock of our current state. So we did get a commitment last week from 4-star safety Reggie Gideon out of Sterling, Virginia, 6'1", 206, ranked number 10 among all free safeties, number 5 total in the state of Virginia, and number 173 nationally. Committed to Michigan over Notre Dame and Indiana. Also got a commitment from 4-star edge rusher Paul Hicks out of Olney, Maryland, 6'4", 220, speed rusher archetype, ranked number 4 among all left edges, number 3 overall in the state of Maryland, and number 59 overall nationally. Committed to Michigan over Notre Dame and Oklahoma. Alright, Caleb Berryman, we're unopposed, so we're going to leave that as is. Quentin Ivory, we have a very, very, very slim lead over Nebraska we've got to try to maintain as we get close to commitment there. Benji Hogue, we are top of his board in top 3 with a small lead over Alabama and Clemson. Clemson, however, I believe this is the week they have their visit, so Clemson could steal him this week. Quincy Hillman, top of the board in his top 5, although Ohio State is gaining big time. We had to drop our hours down so we could schedule a visit last week. So hopefully we can put a little bit more of more distance between us and Ohio State now with putting our hours back on. We have let's see, was that last week? Yeah. So we're probably losing this one right here. Marcel Keys. In fact, I'm pretty sure I can just like drop out of this race, but do we have... If I need to drop out of that race, I will. I don't think there's anything we can... Oh, well, I guess we can switch to status seeker. Maybe we can initiate a recruiting battle, but it's a long shot. We'll put on the hard sell. Larry Mock, we've got a small lead over Virginia Tech. No immediate visits coming up, so we'll see how that one goes. Juan Burfict, we've got a decent lead over Ole Miss and Duke. We've got a visit next week, so we are looking good there. Colin Callaway, we've got a small lead over Texas, SC, and Arizona. We've got a visit this week. And we've got the right pitch. Tommy Mitrione is in his top 3. We've got a small lead over Texas A&M. We have a visit with him this week, so hopefully we can close that out. Jeff Wendt. Unfortunately, this looks like unless we go into a recruiting battle, because we could have potentially closed him out last week, but I'm assuming because of the loss, we have dropped to number 2. Clemson has a visit with him this week, so he's probably Clemson bound. We'll have to see. Jose Shields, we've got a decent lead over Arkansas, Michigan State, and Mizzou. We've got the right pitch and a visit with him next week. Romeo Sauer, he's on campus for a visit this week. We've got a decent lead over LSU, Florida State, Ohio State, and Tennessee. We've got the right pitch, so we'll leave that. Ezekiel Burns, small lead over Penn State with him on campus for this game. So I think we're looking okay there. Travis Hicks, top of his board, top 5. Very, very slimmest of margin leads over Ohio State. We had to drop hours last week to schedule a visit. Let's put the hours back on and see if we can keep ahead of the Buckeyes. They do have a better pipeline than us, so that has me worried, and they've got a visit 1 week before we do. Isaiah Hotow, we've moved up into second place. We are slightly behind Illinois. We have a visit week 10. They have a visit week 11. We'll see what happens there. Sam Mangold, we've moved up into fourth place on his top 5. We have a visit week 10. Virginia Tech has a visit week 7. We now know his pitch though, so let's flip it to a hard sell on Star Search. Alright. Chuck Sampson, we've got first place on his board. He's still in top 8, and now we have enough hours that we can put max hours on him. Let's do that. And then Oscar Cashman, let's do the same there. Alright, now let's take and max out hours on Berryman. And that's all of our hours for the week. Alright, let's jump into this game. Quick reminder for those that are tuning in for the first time, I am using custom playbooks, offense and defense. They are not glitch, they are not cheese. They are a legitimate scheme. They're my personal builds for playbooks. The defensive book is my attempt to get Wink Martindale's amoeba defense into the game. I think the stock defensive books suck. Offensive book was born out of frustration with Kurt Campbell's offense in the 2024 season for my Wolverines and what I thought it should be, and then it's just kind of evolved over the course of the 2 games into the offense that I like to run. We got Iowa coming in wearing black and yellow, so let's go big game blues just to have as big a contrast as we can with them. I will do bad commentary as I enjoy it. I'm not good at it, but it is what it is. It's my stream, so deal with it.
Home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines.
Gotta bounce back from the Indiana Wolves.
I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week.
Alright, let's set the slow sim speed. We'll hit jump ahead. There we go.
And the Wolverines will kick it off to get us underway.
Kickoff is up. Iowa will receive to start the game. Both teams are at 3-1 coming into the game. Iowa takes it at the 4, spins around a defender at the 15, tackled at the 17, and Caleb Osborne will take the field.
That tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was
fakes a handoff, play action Iowa, quick pass to the left, almost knocked down, gets it off, caught at the 26-yard line for 2nd and 1, tackled by Brandon Hitman Hillman. Iowa under center now, wing formation. No, they're changing the play. Receiver and tight end in motion, switching sides. 1 receiver left, 3 tight ends on the line. Back motions out of the backfield, and there's a flag. They didn't get the snap off. It's going to be a delay of game on Iowa.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. This crowd bringing the energy.
Osborne in shotgun now. No, he's changing the plays, moving up under center, bringing the receivers in. 1 on the line as a tight end. Other receiver goes across to the left side, calling out coverages. Back motions out of the backfield. Draws back to throw. Blitz by Michigan. Under pressure. Scrambles. Caught. Sacked. Fumbles the ball. Recovered by Michigan. Turnover. Michigan ball. Marquise Lightfoot on the sack. Knocks it out. Looked like Okunlola on the recovery.
It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going up just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when he's
some turnover buffs for the defensive line. You see here, he thought he had some time, gets caught in the pocket by Lightfoot and just drops the ball as he's going down. Now Bryce Underwood takes the field in the power I, 1 receiver. Hands it off to the running back. Hollywood Smothers up the middle. Breaks through, gets across the first down line, 17-yard run. Gets it down to the 2-yard line, 1st and goal. Michigan, 3 receivers bunched tight left, 1 wide right. Shotgun for Bryce. Draws back to throw. Quick pass left. Caught at the goal line. Was that Andrew Marsh? It was Andrew Marsh with the touchdown grab. Michigan Wolverines for a quick 2-play score following the turnover.
3 points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Beck out for the extra point. It's up. It's good. Michigan up 7-0. So the fumble by Osborne leads to a quick score by Michigan to get the first points of the game. Iowa takes the kick at the 3. Brings it back out to the 20. Tackled at the 21-yard line. Osborne takes the field again. I formation wing. 1 receiver wide right. 2 tight ends. 1 fullback. Blitz by Michigan. Drops back to throw. Fires down the left sideline. Over the top of the defender. Caught. First down. Great throw by Iowa. Tackled at the 49-yard line, so at midfield it'll be a 1st and 10 for Iowa. Now Osborne comes out in shotgun. Single tailback. 3 receivers. 1 tight end on the line as a blocker. Quick pass to the receiver on the slant route. Shakes off 1 tackle. Taken down at the 44-yard line. Caleb Osborne over 1,000 yards now on that play. Or on the season after that play. 2nd and 3 now, Hawkeyes. I formation, single receiver right. 2 tight ends on the line. Changing the play. Osborne drops back into shotgun. Fires left side. Caught. Breaks a tackle. Tackled at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 Iowa. Now in shotgun. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. Keeps it. Quarterback run. Met just past the line after a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Iowa. Under center now. 3 receivers. Single tailback. Puts a receiver in motion, right to left. Hands it off on the reverse. Cuts up field. Gets it to the 19-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1. Now under center. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers right. Receiver in motion. Hands it to the running back. Met in the backfield for a loss of 2. And it's going to be 4th and 3. Iowa will send out their kicker. Kick is up from the left hash. It's good. 3 points for the Hawkeyes. Michigan now with a 4-point lead will get the ball.
That'll bring him to within 4. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
Bryce comes out under center. Two receivers, I formation. Hands it to Smothers. Smothers up the middle through the line. Gets a lane. Gain of 7. 2nd and 3 Michigan. Wing formation. 3 tight ends on the line. Single tailback. Smothers. Bryce fakes the handoff. Play action. Fires right side. Underneath. Fleming, the tight end, caught. 49-yard line. 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield. Wolverines hurry back to the line. Bryce in shotgun. 3 receivers. Bounce by the running back. Hands it off. Smothers runs up the middle. Met at the line. Loss of 1. 48-yard line. 2nd and 11. Shotgun. Bryce with the snap. Quick pass underneath. Caught. Fleming. Gain of 6. 3rd and 5. Just past midfield at the 46-yard line. Empty backfield now. Bryce in shotgun. 1 tight end. 4 receivers. Spread wide. Quick pass to the tight end. Caught. 1st down. Met at the 38-yard line. Taken down. 1st and 10 Michigan. Bryce under center now. Wing formation. 2 receivers tight. 1 to either side. Smothers the tailback. Fakes the handoff. Play action. Over the middle. And it's intercepted by Iowa. Bryce made a poor decision throwing into traffic there. And it's intercepted by Iowa. They'll take over at the 41-yard line after the interception returned by Davis. And now they'll have an opportunity to take the lead with the touchdown.
Because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Cornerback Tegan Davis with the interception. Andrew Marsh, the intended receiver. Osborne under center now, tight formation, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Hands it to the running back. Gets around the left side of the line. Gain of 3, tackled at the 44. 2nd and 7, Iowa. Shotgun now, 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Michigan with 3 on the line, 5 in the box. Only rushing 3. Osborne has time. Steps up in the pocket, scrambling. Gets across the first down, slides. 46-yard line, 1st and 10, Iowa. Under center now, wing. 1 receiver, wide left. Fakes the handoff, play action. Under pressure. Caught, sack. Marquise Lightfoot with his 2nd sack of the game takes down Osborne at their own 47. It's going to be a loss of 7, 2nd and 17 for the Hawkeyes. Osborne able to keep hold of the ball through the sack this time. But that's 2 for the transfer defensive end, Marquise Lightfoot.
The guys that will get after the quarterback. Hey, let's go, big fella. Let's go for that record.
The Hawkeyes trying to
Osborne in shotgun now. 2 receivers left, 1 right, 1 tight end. Blitz by Michigan. Screen pass to the running back in the backfield. Caught, but it's only a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 16 from just shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Empty backfield now. 5 receivers, tight. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Bunch formation. Under pressure. Fires down the right sideline. Double coverage. It's knocked down by the defender. It'll be 4th and 16. And Iowa's going to be forced to punt on the 4th and long.
They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And no chance for the return man to get
Kick goes out at the 37-yard line. Not a great punt. Bryce Underwood comes out. Power I formation. 3 backs behind him. Hands the ball off to Smothers. Smothers, gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8. Now in shotgun. Receivers trips left. 1 tight end on the line. Single back Smothers. Bryce Underwood takes a snap. Drops back to throw. Has time. Dumps it off to the running back. Out of the backfield. Caught at the 43-yard line. Met immediately. It's going to be 3rd and 3 Michigan. Empty backfield now for Underwood. 5 receivers. Drops back. Dumps it off over the middle to Marion Stewart. It's caught, but it's going to be shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 1, but that'll be the end of the first quarter. Will Michigan try to convert the 4th and short, or will they take the safe route and kick it away? Iowa Hawkeyes actually have more passing yards than Michigan and less rushing yards. Who would have predicted that?
Now to see if these guys can get back in the game.
Michigan's offense does not seem to be clicking. However, they are staying on the field for this 4th and 1. They come out in I formation. Bryce with the QB sneak gets it. It's going to be a new set of downs for Michigan, 48-yard line. Bryce in shotgun now, tight formation, 2 tight ends, 3 receivers. Smothers in the slot, motions into the backfield, direct snap to Smothers. Tries the sweep, gets back to the line, nothing more. 2nd and 10. 3 receivers bunched tight right, 1 tight end on the line. McMillan in motion. Bryce in shotgun takes a snap, quick pass to Smothers. Out of the backfield, caught. Gets it down to the first down line. They're going to call it 3rd and inches. Now Bryce power I. Under center now. 2 running backs and a fullback behind him. 2 tight ends on the line. It's another QB sneak. He gets it. It's going to be a new set of downs. 1st and 10, 41-yard line. Wing formation. 1 receiver wide right. Hands it to Jordan Marshall. Marshall up the left sideline. Gets through the line. Has a hole. Gets it all the way down to the 25-yard line for a first down. And Wolverines hurrying back to the line. Marshall the tailback. 3 receivers. Bryce in shotgun. Drops back to throw under pressure. Tries to get the screen off. It hits the dirt. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now Bryce under center. 3 tight ends on the line. 1 receiver left. Hollywood Smothers the tailback. Drops back to throw. Has time. Fires underneath. Caught. Jamar Browder. It's a first down. Gain of 10 down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Michigan. 3 receivers bunched tight right, 1 wide left. Drops back to throw. Under pressure. Dumps it off to the running back. Screen. Smothers cuts back to the sideline and gets it across the plane into the end zone. Touchdown Michigan. Touchdown Wolverines. Hollywood Smothers with the touchdown run puts the Wolverines up by 11, following the assumed extra point.
Let it come up the field a little bit. Get it to your running back. Let him do the rest. Nice blocking. Nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Georgia is on top, but this is a close game. And, you know,
Hawkeyes take the kick, bring it back out to the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, down 11. 8.5 minutes left in the first half. Excuse me.
Week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Drops back to throw. Iowa scrambling out of the pocket. Osborne tries to fire it. Gets it away. No sack, but it's knocked out by the defender on the catch. It'll be an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Power I formation. Or strong I formation, excuse me. Hands it to the back. Gets through the line. Breaks a tackle. Taken down at the 21-yard line. Gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 4 for Iowa. Under center I formation. 2 tight ends. Drops back to throw. Steps up into the throw. Caught over the middle. 1st down. Huge gain for the Hawkeyes. Gets it down to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 Iowa. Strong I formation again. No, he's changing the play. Drops back into shotgun. Looking to throw. Blitz by Michigan. Fires right. Caught on the jump ball. Iowa wins the jump ball. Gets the 1st down. Tackled met at the catch. 47-yard line. Just across midfield. Iowa under center now. Osborne drops back to throw. Has time. Dumps it off right. Sideline. Caught. Gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 10, and Osborne goes over 100 yards on that pass. Shotgun now, 3 receivers. Michigan with 6 on the line. No blitz by Michigan. Osborne steps up, scrambling, throws on the run, caught on the left sideline, down at the 40-yard line, but there's a flag on the play. This looks to be on Iowa. Holding on number 59, Trevor Locke. That's going to negate the big game and move them back to the 50-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 12 Iowa. Replay 2nd down. Shotgun now, Osborne. Drops back to throw. Under pressure out from the stunt. Hits the hands of the receiver. Jair Hill on the defense. Knocks the pass down. Incomplete. 3rd and 12. Osborne shotgun. 3 receivers. Hands it off to the running back on a draw. Gets it back to the line. Nothing more. 4th and 12. And Iowa will send out the punt team.
And the Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away.
Short punt, caught, no fair catch. Returns it only a yard or 2 to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 Michigan. Bryson shotgun, slot right, 3 receivers. Drops back to throw. Dumps it off to Smothers, the running back on a screen. Gets around a defender, hits the edge, across the 1st down line. Tackled at the 41 for 1st and 10 Michigan. Bryce under center now, power I formation. It's a counter. Gives it to Marshall. Gets around a defender up the sideline, across the 1st down line. Tackled at the 47, 1st and 10 Michigan. Nice misdirection there. Tight formation, 3 receivers bunched left, 1 right. Hands it off, no play action. Bryce keeps it, throws it over the middle. Open receiver, Andrew Marsh caught up the sideline. All the way down to the 9-yard line before he's taken down by Davis. 1st and goal, Michigan from the 9. Andrew Marsh, the breakout receiver for the Wolverines.
He has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
They'll run it on 1st and goal.
Hands it off to Hollywood Smothers on 1st down, and he runs it completely untouched through the middle of the line. Iowa's defense just completely vacated the entire box and allowed Smothers to run unimpeded into the end zone. I mean, there was nobody even close to getting a hand on him. Michigan will improve their score to 21 and get a gain of 18.
And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead.
Kickoff goes into the end zone. Iowa will kneel it down for a touchback. Shotgun now. Osborne, single back, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers right. Hands it off to the running back. Cuts up the middle. Gets through the line somehow. Gain of 7, taken down to the 32, 2nd and 3. Now Osborne in shotgun, empty backfield. 3 receivers bunched left, 2 right. Changing the play. Tight end motions onto the line. Receiver comes into the backfield. Osborne scrambling, running towards the sideline, and he just steps out of bounds. He could have ran forward for probably a gain of 7 to 10 yards, but instead he goes out of bounds. Shy of the first down line. It'll be 3rd and 3 Iowa. Shotgun, 3 receivers now. Osborne with 1 tight end, 1 back. Drops back, quick throw over the middle. Caught, first down. Tackled immediately past the first down marker, 36-yard line, 1st and 10 Hawkeyes. Quick snap. Oh, throw over the middle, caught, another first down. And Iowa hitting a different gear here on offense. Michigan's defense is reeling. This is shades of what we saw last week. Osborne now with another quick pass over the middle into double coverage. The receiver splits the defenders. High steps across the first down line. Tackled at the 39. 3 plays, 3 first downs. Iowa's humming. Shotgun now, drops back to throw. Has time. Dumps it off in the sideline. Caught by the receiver, but it's going to be a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. Osborne hurries back to the line. Offense stays on the field. Clock still running. 1 minute and 19 seconds. Shotgun now, 3 receivers. Osborne has time. Steps up into the pocket. Fires over the middle. It hits the receiver in the hands, but great defense by the defensive back. And it's going to be 3rd and 12. Clock stops at 1:10. Shotgun now for Osborne. Drops back to throw with 3 receivers and a tight end. Steps up underneath receiver. Caught. Met by 2 defenders. Taken down. Michigan's going to call a timeout to stop the clock. And it's going to be 4th and 4 for the Hawkeyes. They'll send out the kicking team. The line of scrimmage is at the 33. This will be a 50-yard field goal. And it's no good. It was wide left. Missed by Iowa. 1 minute left on the clock. Michigan will take over at the 33-yard line. Michigan with 2 timeouts remaining.
Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33.
Bryson shotgun, 3 receivers. Back motioning out. Dropping back to throw. Under pressure. Hit as he throws. Caught over the middle. Samaj Morgan for the first down. 1st and 10 Michigan at the 48-yard line. Clock still running. 35 seconds. Bryson shotgun with 3 tight ends. 1 receiver and a back. Dumps it off over the middle. Caught by Browder. Short gain. Michigan uses their 2nd timeout. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 43-yard line. 29 seconds on the clock. Bryce under center. Single back. 4 receivers. Drops back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Fires left sideline. Caught. Andrew Marsh steps out at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10. 23 seconds left. Wing formation, Bryce under center, 3 tight ends. Andrew Marsh wide left, smothers the tailback, drops back to throw. Dumps it off to Smothers over the middle, caught. Tackled at the 15, it'll be 2nd and 1. And Michigan takes their final timeout with 15 seconds left on the clock. Bryson shotgun now, 2nd and 1, 15 seconds. 3 receivers, trips left, 1 tight end, Fleming on the line. Drops back to throw. Bryce trying to scramble. Fires into the back of the end zone. Throws it away. 3rd and 1. Empty backfield now for Bryce. Clock is stopped at 11. 5 receivers. Quick throw to Fleming. Over the middle. Caught. Tackled at the 6-yard line. 8 seconds left on the clock. Michigan's going to try to hurry back to the line. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the ball is snapped. There's not going to be a field goal kick. It's play action. Thrown into the end zone. Intercepted by Iowa. Brings it out of the end zone. Tackled at the 10-yard line. Turnover to end the half. No points for the Wolverines, who had a chance to get a kick.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Ann Arbor. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this.
Player spotlight, Andrew Marsh, 3 catches, 60 yards, 1 touchdown. 3 catches on 4 targets. Phenomenal young receiver.
This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short pass is the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the big house.
And the Hawkeyes will kick it away to start the second half.
Kick is off to start the second half. Michigan will kneel it down. Marion Stewart. Bryce Underwood comes out to the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 receivers right. Drops back to throw. Fires left. Caught. Jamar Browder. Gain of 9. It's going to be 2nd and inches, and Bryce Underwood goes to 200 yards for the game. 2nd and inches now. Bryce in shotgun. Split back. Smothers motions out. Drops back to throw. Bryce over the middle. Caught. And Marion Stewart on the grab. Tackled it immediately at the 38. 1st and 10. Bryce in shotgun. 3 receivers. Hands it off to Smothers. Smothers met in the backfield. Loss of 2. 2nd and 12 Michigan. Shotgun now. Underwood. Dual backs. 3 receivers. Fakes the pitch. Throws it to Marshall. Out of the backfield. Only a gain of 3. 3rd and 9 now. Underwood and shotgun. 3 receivers. Smothers the tailback. 1 tight end on the line. Drops back to throw. Bryce under pressure. Dirts it. It's going to be incomplete. 4th and 9. And Michigan starts the second half with a 3 and out. Sykes out to punt. It's high. It's short. Just across midfield. No fair catch. Hit immediately after the catch. 41-yard line. Iowa, 1st and 10. Bad punt by Michigan there. Is this going to be another second half collapse by Michigan? It looks like it, because Iowa just ran for 25 yards on the first play of on their first play of the half. Now Osborne under center, 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends on the line. Michigan blitzing, hands it off, run up the middle, met just past the line. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 Iowa. Michigan with 5 guys on the line now. Osborne in shotgun. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. Hands the ball off. Running back met at the line. Gain of 0. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Shotgun now. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Michigan with the DB blitz. Osborne fires deep into the end zone. It's deflected by Jair Hill. Great defense. Iowa's going to send out their kicker for a, God, that's going to be a, it's like a 60-yarder. 57 yards, but it's good. Low but long, and he gets it. 3 points on the board. Iowa increases to 6 and cuts Michigan's lead to 15. Bryce needs to have a better offensive showing than his last drive.
And he's coming out of the end zone.
Micah Kapana brings the kick out of the end zone, gets it to the 19-yard line. Could have just kneeled it down to the 25, but here we are. Bryce under center now, 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. Drops back to throw. Fires over the middle. Caught. Nice pass to Dorian Fleming. Gets it down to the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Bryce in shotgun, tight formation, 3 receivers bunched right. Tight end Fleming on the line left, hands it to Smothers, runs up the middle, gets across the line of scrimmage, across the first down line, makes a guy miss with a nice juke. Tackled at the 49-yard line from midfield, 1st and 10, Bryce in shotgun. Split backs, 3 receivers. Hands it off on the sweep. Micah Kapana caught for a loss of 4. Back to the 45-yard line, 2nd and 14. Empty backfield for Bryce. In shotgun, 5 receivers. Samaj Morgan in motion. Fakes the screen. Fires over the middle. Caught. Fleming makes one guy miss. Breaks a tackle. Still going down the sideline. Across the 20. Tackled at the 17-yard line. Bryce Underwood at 263 passing yards now, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. In shotgun now, receivers, trips right. Marion Stewart lined up as the tailback. McMillan, the tight end on the line. Bryce under center, immediate pressure, tries to hit the screen up to Marion Stewart, but it hits the dirt, incomplete, 2nd and 10. Shotgun now, trips right. Quick pass out of the backfield. Hollywood Smothers gets it across the first down line. hit at the 3, first and goal, Michigan. Shotgun now, 3 receivers, bunch tight right, 1 wide left, smothers the tailback. Bryce drops back to throw. Pass over the middle, caught, Fleming, no one around him, touchdown, Michigan.
That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking. You play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost it.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point,
Beck with the kick, extra point, it's good. Michigan improves to 28 points, gain of 21. Excuse me, gain of 22. Excuse me, a lead of 22 over the Hawkeyes. Iowa takes the kick at the 7-yard line, gets it back to the 26-yard line. Smith on the return. Osborne under center, I formation, 2 tight ends on the line, 1 receiver wide left field. Takes a snap, hands it off, running back up the middle, caught from behind, tackled after 4, 2nd and 6 Iowa.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
Osborne in shotgun, fakes the handoff, play action, fires left, caught, flat route by the receiver, tackled at the 42. It'll be a new set of downs for Iowa. Shotgun now for Osborne. Michigan blitzing, under pressure, Osborne, incomplete pass, hits the dirt, 2nd and 10. 42-yard line, under center now, wing formation, 3 tight ends, single receiver wide right, single tailback, changing the play. Tight end in motion left to right, receiver in motion right to left. Jair Hill shadowing the receiver. Running back motions out of the backfield. Osborne draws back to throw. Scrambles out of the pocket, throws on the run, overthrows his receiver, incomplete. 3rd and 10. Shotgun now, 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Osborne takes the snap. Under pressure, throws it down the right sideline, deep pass. It's into double coverage. TJ Metcalf on the deflection. It'll be 4th and 10. Iowa will send out the punter.
In the entire country, they didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this. And all of a sudden,
punt is caught at the 25-yard line. Kapana with a 3-yard return. 1st and 10. Bryson shotgun, slot left, 3 receivers.
And it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
RPO, pass to the tight end, Fleming out of the backfield. Caught for 7 yards. Tackled by Jaden Montgomery at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 3, Michigan. 3 receivers, trips right. Fleming the tight end on the line. Bryce draws back to throw. Fires on the out route to McMillan. Caught, 1st down. 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Underwood and shotgun. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Hands it off to Smothers. Smothers met in the backfield. Loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Shotgun split backs. Kapana and Smothers. Draws back to throw. Under pressure immediately. Bryce sacked. A loss of 9. It'll be 3rd and 24. Michigan. 3rd and long from their own 25-yard line. 24 yards to the line of, to the 1st down marker. Kenneth Merriweather, the edge rusher, completely untouched on the blitz. Takes down Bryce for a huge loss. Empty backfield now for Bryce. 1 receiver wide right, 4 of them left to the field side. Has time. Deep pass down the left sideline. Gets Andrew Marsh on the deep pass. Has to make a diving catch. Caught at the 22-yard line of their opponent's territory. Red zone territory now. Clock is still running. 1st and 10, Michigan. 30 seconds on the clock. Bryce Underwood with the huge throw down the field. Andrew Marsh, 54 yards on that pass. Just had a step or 2 on his defender and has to fall forward for the catch, but caught nonetheless. 1st and 10 now. Bryce under center, 3 receivers right, 1 left, single back, Smothers. Fakes the handoff, play action. Dumps it off underneath, inaccurate pass. Leads the receiver too far. It'll be 2nd and 10. I formation now, 2 tight ends, 1 fullback and a running back. Marshall hands it off. Gets the lane. Nice blocking by the Wolverines. 3rd and 1, and that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter.
We've reached the end of the period, and
Michigan in control.
And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So we open the final period with a third down play.
Bryce under center, wing formation, two receivers, draws back to throw on 3rd and 1. Underneath route, hits Jamar Browder. Caught, tackled at the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Bryce shotgun now, dual backs, Smothers and Marshall, 3 receivers. Blitz by Iowa, dumps it off on the running back screen. Off balance catch, doesn't allow him to get out of the backfield. It'll be 2nd and goal, loss of 3, and now we got an injury timeout for Deshaun Lee on the Hawkeyes.
They lost ground on 1st down, now 2nd and goal from the 5.
Bryce keeps it on the run. Gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and goal. Shotgun, split backs. Hollywood Smothers, Jordan Marshall in the backfield with Underwood. 1 tight end, Fleming on the line. 2 receivers tight, Martian and McMillan. Bryce takes the snap, dumps it off to Smothers out of the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 4. It'll be 4th and goal, 7-yard line, and they'll send out the true freshman kicker back.
Go ahead and send out the field goal unit.
Field goal is up, and it's good. 3 points for Michigan.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
He'll bring it out.
Kickoff is taken in the end zone. Brings it out to the 18-yard line. Michigan with a 31-6 lead over Iowa. 10 minutes left to go in the game. Iowa quarterback Osborne under pressure. Gets hit as he throws. Dumps it off to the running back. Caught, to the receiver. Caught on the screen. Gain of 2. Averted disaster there by Osborne. Fakes the handoff, play action, under pressure, pocket collapsing. Scrambles out, tries to dump it off to the tight end, overthrows it. The tight end doesn't leave his feet, and it's intercepted from behind over top of him. Brandon Hitman Hillman with the interception for the turnover in Iowa territory. Tries to throw on the run. It's just high. The tight end doesn't jump up high enough to get it. Just outstretches his hands. Hillman elevates. Gets the interception. Now Bryce hands it off to Smothers. Met immediately in the backfield on the sweep. It's 2nd and 13 after the loss of 3. Now Bryce under center. Power I formation. Fakes the handoff. Play action. Tries to hit Marshall out of the backfield, but he's knocked off of his route by the offensive lineman getting pushed into him. It's going to be 3rd and 3, 3rd and long for the Wolverines. Bryce drops back, throw, caught, but it's going to be just a short gain of 2, and they'll immediately send out for the 3 and out, send out the true freshman kicker for a 48-yard kick, 47-yard, excuse me. But it's good. True freshman Otis Beck stays perfect from the field. Improves the score for the Wolverines to 34-6 for the Hawkeyes.
Been very dependable for this squad.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Iowa has the ball back on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, Dave. There he goes.
Iowa with the run up this left sideline. Great run by Abu Sama III, transfer from Iowa State to their in-state rival. It's diabolical. But great run there. Gets it all the way down to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 Iowa. Osborne in shotgun. Tight formation. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. Under pressure on the DB blitz. Gets the throw away as he's being hit. Caught on the sideline. Was a little bit short, but the receiver made it happen. 2nd and 1 from the 43-yard line. Quarterback keeper. Osborne gets it just across the 1st down marker. 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Now under center, 2 tight ends on the line, 2 receivers left. Drops back to throw. Blitz by Michigan. Gets it off. Caught. It's going to be a gain of 3. Iowa. Under center now, single back. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 to either side. Drops back to throw. Blitz by Michigan. Pocket collapsing. Under pressure. Caught by the defender. Sacked. Tackled down at the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 14 for the Hawkeyes. And that was defensive tackle Trey Pierce, number 95 for Michigan, on the sack. Pocket just completely collapsed under the blitz.
Especially in that front 7. It has been a nightmare.
3rd and 14 now. Osborne in shotgun. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Michigan with 5 on the line. No blitz by Michigan. Osborne steps up in the pocket, scrambles, met by 2 defenders, and he fumbled it. Recovered by Iowa. 4th and 12, and they're going to keep the offense on the field. 4.5 minutes left in the game. Iowa going for it on 4th and long. Shotgun, Osborne. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Drops back to throw. Hit as he throws over the middle into double coverage. Hits the hands of the receiver, but it was high off of his fingertips. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. Michigan ball. Bryce under center now. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Hands it to Smothers. Smothers with the stutter step. Gets it across the line of scrimmage. Gain of 4. Tackled at the 47-yard line. Underwood in shotgun. 3 receivers bunched right. 1 tight end, 1 back. Hands it to Smothers. Smothers gets it back to the line. Maybe a yard. 3rd and 5. 47-yard line. 3 receivers. Trips left. Underwood in shotgun. Drops back to throw. Quick pass over the middle. Fleming caught. Gain of only a few. Tackled at the 49-yard line. 4th and 2, and Michigan will send out the punter. The punt is up. It's high. It's short. Fair catch called at the 22-yard line. Iowa takes over 1st and 10.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Off the play fake on 1st
Osborne drops back to throw. Under pressure. Caught. And that's a back-to-back sacks on the defensive plays for Trey Pierce, the defensive tackle for Michigan. It's going to be a loss of 8 that time for Osborne. And that's the 2nd sack of the game in as many drives for Trey Pierce.
And the Hawkeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college
2nd and 18, Iowa, 2-minute warning on the clock. Drops back to throw. Fires deep down the field, left sideline, double coverage. Josiah Edmond on the deflection, incomplete for Iowa, and it's going to be 3rd and 18. Shotgun now, 3 receivers. Osborne with a single tailback. Sama. 4 rushers from Michigan, and it's incomplete. Inaccurate pass, intercepted by Jalen McClain, the free safety transfer from Ohio State. And it's going to be a turnover for Michigan. They're going to take over. Bryce is going to take over on Iowa's 12-yard line following the interception. That's back-to-back. I'm sorry, not back-to-back. That's another turnover by Osborne, this time to number 0, Jalen McClain, the free safety defensive back. Great body control to contort backwards to make the catch on the interception. Now Bryce drops back to throw under immediate pressure, dumps it off to Smothers on the screen. Caught, but only gets it back to the line. No gain, 2nd and 10, 12-yard line. Underwood under center, 2 tight ends on the line, wing formation, 1 receiver to either side. Smothers the tailback. Blitz by Iowa, hands it to Smothers, gets around the edge. Breaks 1 tackle, but only gains a yard on the run. 3rd and 9. 3 receivers bunched tight right, 1 tight end on the line, Underwood and shotgun. Hands it to Smothers. Smothers runs up the middle, gets back to the line, maybe a yard. Gain of 1. It's going to be at the 10-yard line, 4th and 8, and they'll send out Beck for the kick. From the left hash, it's good. Another 3 points for Michigan. Walk-off field goal kick with 0 time on the clock. Michigan gets a win, 37-6, to bounce back from their Week 5 loss to Indiana, and hopefully they can put that behind them. Defense stepped up in the second half to make up for the collapse the week before.
from the opening kickoff.
Let's look at the stats for the game. Michigan scored 37 to Iowa 6, 25 first downs to Iowa's 12. Total offense 423 to 231. Total plays ran 62 for Michigan, 49 for Iowa. Average yards per play 6.8 for Michigan, 4.7 for Iowa. Running game, Michigan had 23 carries, 67 yards, and 1 touchdown. Iowa 20 carries, 70 yards, 0 touchdowns. Yards per rush, Iowa had the advantage of 3.5 versus 2.9 for Michigan. Not a great day for the running backs for Michigan. Passing game, Michigan 31 of 39 for 356 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an average of 9.1 yards per pass. Iowa 17 of 29 for 161 yards, no touchdowns, and an average of 5.6 yards per pass. Third down conversion, Michigan at 45%, 5 of 11. Iowa 2 of 10 for 20%. Fourth down conversions, Michigan was 1 of 1 for 100%, Iowa 0 for 1. No 2-point conversions attempted in the game. Red zone scoring percentage, Michigan 85% of their scores. They scored on 6 of their red zone trips. Iowa had 1 red zone trip with a field goal, so they were 100% from field goal range, or from red zone, excuse me. Turnovers, Michigan had 2 interceptions. Iowa had 3, so Michigan won the turnover differential by 1. Punt return yards, Michigan had 2, Iowa had 1, so technically Michigan had the advantage there by 1 yard. Kick return yards, Iowa had a total of 96, Michigan had a total of 21. Total yards for the game, Michigan 446 to Iowa's 328. Punt average, Michigan averaged 23.5 on their punts, Iowa 23. Penalties, Michigan had 0 penalties in this game, Iowa had 2 for a total of 15 yards. Time of possession, Michigan 26 minutes 28 seconds, Iowa 21 minutes 32 seconds. Let's look at Michigan's individual player stats. Bryce Underwood 31 of 39 for 356 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, a 79% completion percentage, and a QB rating of 171.2. Rushing stats, Bryce Underwood had 4 carries, but because the college football factors in sack yardage for rushing yardage, he has a net total of rushing yards -7. Hollywood Smothers had 15 carries, 41 yards for 1 touchdown. Jordan Marshall 3 carries for 37 yards. Micah Kapana 1 for -4. Receiving yards, Dorian Fleming, the tight end, led the receivers with 9 catches, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. Hollywood Smothers out of the backfield, 8 catches, 63 yards, 1 touchdown. Jamar Browder, the tight end, converted tight end, 4 catches for 37 yards. Andrew Marsh among the wide receivers, 4 catches for 114 yards and 1 touchdown. Samaj Morgan, 2 catches for 21. Amarian Stewart, 2 for 5. Nate McMillan and Jordan Marshall both had 1 for 3. The blocking for the day, we had 0 sacks attributed to the offensive line. On the defensive side of the ball, our tackles leader was Jalen McClain with 9. TFL's leader was a tie between Trey Pierce and Marquise Lightfoot, 2 apiece, both of which were sacks. Interceptions, we had 2 on the day, 1 from Jalen McClain, 1 for Brandon Hillman. Forced fumbles, 1 from Jalen McClain, 1 from Marquise Lightfoot. 1 fumble was recovered by Samuel Okunlola. No defensive touchdowns for the day. Our kicker, true freshman Otis Beck, was perfect from the field today, 3 of 3 with a long of 49, and perfect 4 of 4 for extra points. Our punter, Brett Sykes, had 2 punts for a total of 47 yards. Not a great average. Both were high and short. An average of 23.5 for a net gain of 46 yards. Kick return, Micah Kapana was 1 for 21. Punt return, 2 for 2. All right, let's back out to the main menu. We'll advance the week and see what develops. Okay, so we were just shy of gaining a level for our coach. Let's advance the week. And we got a commitment. 4-star cornerback Tommy Mitrione out of Atlanta, Georgia. 4-star Mike linebacker Ezekiel Burns from Hyattsville, Maryland. But we did lose out on Marcel Keys and Jeff Wendt. We did get our level for our coach. Let's go ahead and spend the coach points. Actually, we've spent all we're going to spend until we open up talent developer or program builder or CEO. Alright. Alright, so following that win over Iowa, we have moved back into the top 5 into the 3rd position. It looks like Indiana dropped their game last week, so they have dropped to 10. With that win, we finally have a conference win, so we move to 8th in the conference standings. Did we have a player of the week last week? Not national. Let's look at conference. We did not have conference. Of interest for me right now, seeing Falato Satuala, I don't know if I said that right, correct me in the comments if I didn't, who's rumored to be a real-life transfer to Michigan, was able to get Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week, so that's interesting. Do we have anybody in the Heisman talk? Not at the moment. Alright guys, so that's the stream, that's the game for the week. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Follow me on social media everywhere at Kinetic615. Follow my other YouTube channel at Kinetic615. Please check out the GoFundMe campaign in the YouTube bio and pinned at the top of my X or Twitter profile at Kinetic615. Take a moment to read through, help out if you can, or share it even if you don't have money to donate. Just share the link on your social media. Every part counts. Everything helps. Just trying to get through the next couple of months to get to my disability arbitration date. But as always, guys, I just want to end the stream quoting a friend of mine, Darren Talks Ball. I just want to quote him and remind everybody to be kind to other people out there. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Football is fun. Rivalries are fun, but they don't need to get hateful. And until next time, guys, signing out for me, it's always Skull Vikes and Go Blue.